Okay, so let's open Revit. Okay, so let's open our test 7. So today we are going to see how to extract the AutoCAD file in Revit, right? So suppose this is our Revit file, okay? And at the level 1, I want to add some CAD file. So for example, if I open this CAD file, okay? So suppose this is my file layout plan, and I want to extract this file layout plan in my Revit file. Okay, so you need to go here, Revit file, and suppose I want to add here at this level 1. Okay, and you need to go here, insert, and you have option here, link CAD. Okay, so click on that link CAD. Then you need to go your respective folder location. So where is this one? On D. Okay, on this path. So you need to go on path D here, here. Then Revit, then Revit here. Yeah, this is our file. Okay, so you have option here. So I have select this. So first option is origin to origin, center to center, then manual. Okay, so suppose I will select origin to origin. Okay, so it comes here. Okay, so you can see this is our project based origin point here. So if I click VV, visibility graphics, okay, and if you go to here site, okay, so if I click on site and on this project based point and survey point, so this is your origin of your point, origin of your drawing here. So it comes here. Okay, so you can see this file is attached here. You can see this file in 3D also. So if you go to it 3D view, so you can see this file is added here. But this is only in 2D because this AutoCAD file is 2D. Okay, then you have option here. So suppose if you go again, level 1. Okay, suppose if you want to detach this file, so you need to go here, Revit files in project browser tab, Revit links here. So right click and say here manage link. So in manage link, you can see different types of files here. Suppose if you have except Revit file, so you need to go in Revit tab, then IFC file, then CAD format. So our file is in CAD, so you need to check in CAD format. Suppose if you don't want to remove, so you can just say remove and say OK. So you can remove the file. Again, if you go again, link CAD and select, then you can use the center to center. This exactly come here. Okay, center to center. Then suppose if you want to add as a manual, so suppose I want to just remove this. Okay, go again, insert and say link CAD. Select, and you have option here, uh, manual link or center. So if I select this manual origin, okay, so you can put anywhere as per your requirement because I have choose the manual option. Suppose I want to paste here, so click on that. Okay, so you can add here. Suppose this CAD file, if you modify this, suppose I have added one more profile here. Okay, so copy and paste. Okay, and whatever you have done the changes in this file, so you need to just save this file. Okay, and go your Revit file, and but latest changes you can't see. Okay, so you need to reload this. How to reload? Go to again Revit manage, right click and say here manage link. Go to CAD format and click on that and say here reload. Okay, so use the option reload and say okay. So you can see whatever you have done the changes. So you can see in your Revit file. So but you need to reload this file. Then again manage links. Suppose once your task is done, okay, so you can remove, otherwise you can unload this file. Okay, for example, suppose if you add this file and you have done your work, okay, and you want to close this file. So before close, unload this file. Why? Because when if you close this file with load option and if you open in next day this file, so it takes times, because these xrep, this is the small xrep. Now we are just showing just example, but if you attach the big xrep, so it's a heavy in size, so it take a time. If you keep this as it is as a loaded, and if you close your file after save, and if you open in next day, so it takes a time. So better way, once you done your work for the day, so you can just unload this file. So this file is as it is, but unload and say okay. And next day, if you open this file and if you want to check this CAD file, so go again, manage link, and go to the CAD format and select this file and say only reload and say okay. So you can get the your file. Suppose if you don't want to keep this file in your Revit file, so directly you can remove this. So select and you have option here, remove and say okay. Okay, so you can add the CAD file, reload or unload, or you can remove. Okay, so these are all our you can extract your CAD file. Then next one is, suppose if you working on some multidiscipline project. Okay, so I will take here example, right? So this is my structure model and this is my mechanical model. So here some pipes and a pump, then tank, and here only concrete material, concrete steel material. So you can extract your model to each other. So this model you can extract in structural and in mechanical file. Structural model you can extract. So how to extract? Let's see. So I will close this file. So if you're working on some multidiscipline project, so there the folder structure like that. So for example, I will take, this is just project number 1234, and this is the project name pump room, and the region is UK. And if you click, so they have create separate folder as per the different discipline like electrical, mechanical, and structural. Okay, so in structural, suppose I want to open this file. Okay, so I have create some structure here. Okay, so I will just show you how to create. So I will just open this file. Okay, so just consider this is our pump room, and here some mechanical tank resting on this plinth, and this is our pipe support. So if I accept mechanical model, so the pipe is on this pipe support. Okay, so you need to insert your mechanical model. Okay, so I will open again. I will show you on mechanical model. So if you want to extract two model to each other, right, so you can't open in one Revit window. Okay, So you are not able to x-ray. Why? Because these model files are interlinked to each other. So that's, so we are not open in one drawing. Otherwise, you are getting the error. Okay. So I will open new window for Revit and open the mechanical model. So I have create one sample for the mechanical model. So this is my mechanical model. So I will open this model. So if you have folder, your model on folder, so you can just simply drag inside this window. So you can open, just drag it and place here in Revit window. So you can open this file also instead of going open and then click. Okay, so you can see this is our mechanical model. Okay, so you can see these are all tanks, then this is pipes, and we need to just x-ray to each other. So we have two files, one is structural, one is mechanical. So go to the structural, and suppose this is my file, right? I want to x-ray. So go to here, insert, and click here link Revit, right? And you know your folder location. So double click and go to the mechanical and select the mechanical model here. So right now I want to go with that origin to origin and say open. So I want to extract this mechanical model into the structural model, origin to origin. Okay, so if you can see this model is added here, right? So you can see. So this plinth exactly sit on a, this tank exactly sit on this plinth because I have choose the origin to origin. Okay, so it comes exactly on location. Then after that, you can see all pipes is coming up to here, and this I have also added the pipe supports, right? Similarly, in mechanical model, you can extract the structural model. Okay, so you can go here level 1 and say insert and say link Revit. So here I want to add here, go to D, then you need to go your respective folder location. So this is my structural model. I want to open this origin to origin and say okay, because my origin point for structural origin point. So if you see here, where is the origin point? This one, and mechanical origin point will be same. That's the reason they are come exactly at the as per the origin point location. So this is mechanical model. Okay. Suppose if I look in 3D view, suppose if you modify this pipe, suppose you don't want to give in this direction. Suppose I want to delete this. So after doing some changes, I want to just extend this pipe towards the straight in this direction, not in this direction. Okay. So once mechanical guys update their model as per the changes, so and so changes they have create here, then they will inform to other discipline, we have updated some changes in mechanical model, you can change structural model as per the changes, as per the mechanical changes. So what they did, once they update their model, so they can just save. Then you need to go in your structural model, we need to reflect, we need to see what is whatever the changes here in mechanical model. So here is not change here because we need to reload this file. Okay, so go to here in structural model, manage link, right click and say manage link, and you need to go in Revit and select, and you need to reload these because mechanical has updated the changes and they save this file. So you need to just reload and say okay. So you can see this is our mechanical updated model. Then you can change as per your change in structural model as per the changes. So what changes we need to do? So this pipe support, no need here because our pipe going in this direction. So you can delete this pipe support, and then you can add this. Oops, sorry, you have already one pipe support, so you can just copy, select, and say copy. Okay, so right click and say copy, and then you can add. Suppose I want to add a 3 meter spacing. Okay, then copy. You can just add multiple location, then 3 meter, then 3 meter, then 3 meter, then again 3 meter. Okay, so you can add this. Then sorry, again you can select and you can add copy by 3 meter. Okay, so in structural model you have changes, you have update the changes as per the change in mechanical model, and then control save. Then if you go to the mechanical model again, so here is not updated your structural model. So you can see this is my structural model. So you need to reload again. So go to here Revit link, like right click, manage link. You can go in Revit, okay, and then select here and say reload and say okay. So you can see structural model has been updated. So if I click on that, so this is mechanical model and this is my structural model. So you can see link Revit model structural. So you can see as a group here, right? So whatever changes you can do here in mechanical model, mechanical changes you need to do in mechanical model, and structural changes you need to do structural changes. But you need to go manage link and reload your file, okay, and then you can get the changes, latest changes in your Revit file. Okay, so those things you need to update here. So similarly, electrical model also you can extract here. So some conduits and some cables they have created as per the structural and mechanical. Then you can create this, right? So sometimes, so okay, suppose, right? So this is, suppose this is our mechanical model. They have added two more tanks. Okay, so as per the client requirement, they want to add two more tank. Okay, so I will copy this and copy this pipe support also and copy this T bend. Okay, and I want to copy this again from this point to this point. Okay, so this, suppose I want to add here, right? And if you see in model, so this is mechanical model. So whatever changes in mechanical model, I did this, okay, and then say control save. So as per these changes, we need to update the structural model. So once mechanical is done, so you need to check in structural. So this is structural, okay. So you need to, first of all, you need to reload your latest mechanical model. Reload and say okay. So you can see two tanks is updated here. If I select, so you can see this is as a link here. Then after that, as per your requirement, you can change your structural model. So I want to move this slab, sorry, wall. Okay, just 6.1 meter. I will just consider. Then after that, I want to copy this plinth. Okay, so and if you look at in model, so I have extend this slab, right? Extend this whole slab from this point to this point as per the mechanical changes. So you need to just save this file. So this is my structural file. So you need to check again in mechanical files those changes are updated or not, because in if you see in mechanical model, these two tanks looks in air, right? So once you update these mechanical models, so they are just forward the message, we have updated as per our requirement mechanical model. So you need to update your structural model. So again, once I done, or once structural guys has updated as per changes, so they will just forward the message, we have completed our changes, or we have updated the model as per the changes. You need to reload. So go again, manage link, and say reload, and say okay. So you can see slab has been updated here. Okay, so is the communication, you need to maintain the communication between the two discipline, and as per that we need to add those things. Okay, so you can see. So if you go again and in structural model, so you can see, sorry, this is the mechanical model and this is the structural model, right? So you can see all those changes you can add here. Okay, so you can extract this file by origin to origin, right? So if you go again, and what is the purpose for this point? Okay, so suppose if I open a new file, suppose I want to go click here and use the metric here, structural, and say open and okay. Okay, so this file, okay, I will save this file again. Go to the file and save. Okay, go to the desktop, then Revit training. Then suppose I want to give here test it and save. Okay, so if I on this bulb, or if I go to the VV, visibility graphics, check in model category and check the site and click on this option site, and you have option here project base point and survey point, and apply and okay. So this is your origin point of your drawing. Okay, so suppose if I measure this x and y coordinates, so if you go here annotation and click on spot coordination, right? And if I check here spot coordination, so you can see north and east equal to 0, means your x and y coordinates is 0. So this is your center point. Okay, then suppose if I add a section here, sorry, floor slab here. Suppose I want to add the floor slab, right? And suppose if you check the spot coordination, so you can see this is 7079. So if I go click here, right, and go to edit type, and here you have option here. So this dimension is in millimeters. Suppose if I want to add decimal 3, so you can add, say apply, okay. So you can see 7093.30 is the north and easting point here. So this is 0, and whatever you need to add as per your requirement you can add, right? So this is origin point of your drawing. Okay, then okay, so we know new file how to open. If you have already file, so you can use the open, save as, export, right? So you can export this file in AutoCAD also, right? So for example, I will go with here. Suppose this model I want to export in AutoCAD, right? So you can go here file and say here export and CAD format and say DWG. So these are all settings here. So if you click here, so layers, then lines, patterns. So you need to just click here, solid, and so the index color. So you can just go with that. So all colors should be white. Okay, and then this is solid coordinates, and then if you select here and say next, right, and then you need to give the path here. So suppose I want to give the Revit path, Revit training, then yeah, so I want to give here name 3D view. Okay, and this option is export the views on sheet and links as a external reference. It means if you extract other reference and you want to also extract this, for example, suppose in structural model, right? So if I add this export to CAD file, okay, and suppose if you have some mechanical X-ray inside this structural file, so you can also, you have option also this mechanical file also export along with structural. So this is the option export views on sheet and links external reference. So you can say okay, right, and you need to check in your folder. So if you go and check your, okay, right, so you need to go on desktop, Revit training in here, and then this is the your 3D view. So if you click, oops, sorry, I have open another file, I think. Okay, I will check again. What drawing file could not open because it was created with more recent version of AutoCAD. Oops. So I have 14 here, and okay, I will check again. The same thing. Okay, I will check again Revit if there is any Revit version option. So go to here and say export, then CAD and say DWG. Okay, so I will check here. Suppose I want to check here which AutoCAD is here, line patterns, coordinates, general, layers, lines,
Sir, in
date.
last general option, is there options? Yes, in last
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So AutoCAD 18, yes. So suppose I want to select AutoCAD 13 and say next. I want to just replace this file and say okay, yes. Okay, so yeah, this is our 3D view and just try to open. Okay, so you can see we can export this in AutoCAD file, right, like that. Then similarly 2D file also you can export. Okay, so if you go again and okay, so we don't have any 2D here create. Okay, I will create, open this 5 or 6, I think I will open this 6. Okay, so we have some CAD files here, sorry, sheet files here, and suppose if you want to create in export in AutoCAD, so you have option here. So click, then you need to go file, then export, and then AutoCAD and DWG, right, and you have option here. So current, instead of current view, in session views and sheet. Okay, I will check again. Okay, yeah, then here show the list. So I will select sheet in the set, sheets in the model, yeah. So okay, so these are all you have option here, sheet in the model. Okay, whatever you have create the sheets. Okay, and suppose I want to export all, so you need to tick on that, right, and say next, right. Suppose I want to add here and say okay, So all files is in progress. 60, 71, 74. I will check here. So yeah, done. So if you check your drawing, so these are all CAD files. So you can see, right? So this is text 6. So this is your S01 drawing. Then after that, you can rename this. So if I double click, oops, again, same thing happen. Okay, I will go again. And okay, first of all, I will delete this all, whatever I have, delete. Okay, so you can just go here, export, then CAD, then DWG. You need to check here in general. So you need to select 13 as per your requirement, and all those file I want here. Then say next. Okay, so suppose I want to create a new folder, new, and save. And you can say here 2D CAD files. Okay, and I want to excerpt here or export here and say okay. Right. So if you go on your, yes, so this is 2D CAD files. So these are all your 2D files. So if you sort by type, so you can see all the files here. Okay, so suppose this is base, base lab drawing. So if I give the zoom extend command, so you can see. Then similarly, if you open S01, yeah, so this is your xrep. Okay, so whatever we have given the xrep here, so it comes here. So if I click here, so this is your 3D view, right? So whatever you have xrep in your drawing, so this is also comes, right? So you have option again. Suppose I will delete this. Okay, I will delete all the files. So I will close this file. Then this is also want to close. And suppose so all files has been closed here. So I will delete all the backup files and okay. So if I go here and if you don't want to export the your xrep means links file, so you have option. So if you go again and say here export and say CAD DWG, first of all, you need to check your version, AutoCAD version. Yeah, 13 is okay. And say here okay. And if I click here next, so this again come here. So I want to untick this. Export the views means whatever you have added on your views. So it's not, you don't need to export. I want to just export my drawing. So untick this option and say okay. So you can export only S01, S02, S03, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not individual views, whatever you have added on your drawings. If you want to add, so you can add. Okay. So if you go here, so you can see all 7 drawing I have export here. So this is first drawing, this is second drawing. So this is base plate connection over. So if I zoom extend, give the command zoom extend, so you can see this is the base plate drawing, base plate layout. Then this is the roof. If you give the zoom extend command, so this is your roof drawing in AutoCAD format. Then this is elevation, type zoom extend, then S04. So type Z, enter, and extend. So you can see the whole view. Then concrete details. Oops, oops, the page preview has been disturbed here. Then here 6 number drawing. This is your floor plan, concrete drawing. Then this is your section, concrete section drawing, right? So you can see all those things you can export in Revit. So these are all viewports. So if you double click, so first of all you need to log this, and then after that you can check, right? So if you go to the model tab, so these are all whatever you have added here, so you can see in model tab. Okay, so similarly, suppose if you want to take a print, okay, or you want to create a PDF, so you can go here and say print, right? So you need to give here what happened. You can modify, but there is no similarity between our Revit file and AutoCAD file. So if you want to change, so you should do first change in your Revit file, and then you can export this. Or if you don't want to use your Revit file, you want to work on only CAD file, so you can update your CAD file as per your requirement. But mostly what happen, we are working on Revit file, okay, but client has no Revit software sometimes, so they have only AutoCAD software. So in that case, we are just exporting all the CAD file and send them. And then suppose if I receive some changes from client, so we are not updating CAD file, we are updating our base Revit file. So once we are updating as per their changes, so we are just exporting again, but we will maintain our whatever we have sent the deliverable to the client at the date wise. So for example, yesterday I have sent some CAD files 12 11 2025 folder. Then today I have received some comments, and today end of day I will send again CAD file. So I will maintain the record date wise. So if you want to update CAD file, but your Revit file is not used in future, so you can update your Revit CAD file. But mostly we are keep this Revit file as a base file. So you should first update your Revit file, do the changes in model drawings, and then export again in CAD. Okay, so if you want to create a PDF, so here I have here option PDF as a printer, right? And then you have option here combine or create separate, and then current window means whatever I have select here. Suppose I want to create this PDF this S01, so I will select this current window. So if I see, click on preview. Oops, so what happened? I think okay, create a separate. Okay, I will check again here. Okay, so what happened? Okay, I will check the PDF to PDF. So actually, this folder is not taking the path for this folder. If I click the browse, so it's not take. I will check again. So this is properties. I will check here viewer. No working. Okay, so maybe some issue. So we are not able to create this PDF. I will try again. Control P and say here current window preview. Okay. Yeah, you need to go here page setup. So this is also not working. What happened? Control P page setup. Okay, I will check here. Okay, so maybe some issue here. So you need to select your PDF here, and if you click here page setup, so they have create A1 or A3 paper size. So you can select page setup here as per the requirement. And then suppose if you want to create a separate window, means suppose I want to create a PDF for S01 only. So you need to click here, current window, and click and say close. And suppose I want to add here, suppose I will create here new folder and say PDFs, right? And click here, and then you can give the name. So this is S01. Save. What happened? Okay, so you can see single PDF we have created. Similarly, if you want to create a multiple PDF, oops, sorry. Okay, so I think I have select the multiple option S02, then S03, close, then cancel, close, cancel, and okay. So this is base slab. Okay, and if I click here, Control P, right? And suppose I want to create a current window, means only separate window, means separate file S01, right? Say okay and say okay, and I want to go here Revit training, then here PDFs, and suppose I want to replace, yes, and say close. Why create all files? Okay, I will check again. So this is S02, then again S03, then again S04, then again S05, then S06, and then S07, and save. The following views could not be published. Okay, so if you go on your folder location, where is the folder? Yeah, here, and this is PDF. So all PDFs separately I have created. So you can see the preview on right side. So this is my S01, this is my S02, this is my S03, and this is S04, 5, 6. Okay, so suppose if you want to create a separate file, so it's not working here, so you need to click here current window. So this S01 you can print separately, only one. Suppose if you want to create multiple in separate, previously we have create, so use this option, select views, and if you click on select, it's not working here. So if you click work, if you click here, so you can see the list here, drawing list S01, S02, S03. You need to tick as per your requirement, right? And say here create a separate file. So this option we have already used this. Now suppose if you want to create this S01 to S07 in combine PDF. So you have option there, combine multiple selected view. So in this tab, if your this tab is working, so you can see the views and sheets, and you can add your views and sheet as per your requirement. Okay, so I want to create these 7 PDFs in one file, in one combined file. So I will use this option, combine multiple file, and say okay and close. And then suppose I want to give here name pump station PDF set, right, and save here. So you don't need to create separate. If you, so again what happened, so I think some getting some error here, so it's taking again separately here. Save, save. Only one option is working on this Revit. Then 6, sorry, 6. then 7. Okay, we'll check again, Control P. So use this option, then select views. This is not working here. This is not working also. Okay, I will try to give this path if is work or not. Okay, combine, not, preview is also not working. Okay, so maybe some error, but if you want to combine sets, so you can use this combine option. If you want to create a number of sheets but separately, so you need to create here. And if you want to create only one sheet, latest whatever on your display, so you can use this current window. So you can take the print. Then here paper size you can load here A3, A4, sorry, A3, A1, whatever you can go here, right? Then okay, so if you go again and publish, print, this is close. I think we have covered all those things, basic Revit things, whatever we need a basic things. So we have all covered here. How to take a print, how to export the file, AutoCAD files to, sorry, Revit file to AutoCAD files. So we have already covered all those things. So here our basic Revit session has been finished, but it not means all session is done, so all finish here. So in future if you doing practice and if you stuck anywhere, so you can share your query doubts. Okay, as per, I will try to resolve as soon as possible, but do the practice is most important for the Revit. So if you have any question, any doubts, so you can ask.
सर
Yes.
एक्सट्रूजन में प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है सर.
क्या
वाइड एक्सट्रूजन.
वाइड एक्सट्रूजन में क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है?
सर वर्क नहीं कर रहा है वो. वाइड
क्या नहीं
स्वीप.
वर्क?
वाइड स्वीप में जो कट करते हैं ना
हाँ,
ब्लैक को, वो कट नहीं कर रहा है.
स्लैब को कट नहीं कर रहा है।
यस सर.
सपोज ये मेरा 300 का, मैं अभी यहाँ पे स्लैब डालता हूँ, ठीक है?
यस
सो इसमें से वो वाइड कट नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसा ऐसा कहना है आपका ना?
यस
सो अगर इसमें अगर मैं ट्रेंच डालता हूँ तो वो कट नहीं हो रहा है।
यस
ओके, सो क्या करने का, इसमें मॉडल इन प्लेस, सो इसके पहले ये देखने का ये कौन सा कैटेगरी है, फ्लोर कैटेगरी है। सो आपको भी वही यूज करना है। सो इसमें जाना है फ्लोर कैटेगरी में। फ्लोर कैटेगरी सिलेक्ट करने के बाद आप नाम दे दो जो भी है, वो ट्रेंच और वट एवर,
यस सर.
राइट। सो इसके बाद आपको ये यहाँ पे जाना है, ठीक है? सो मैं ये
वाइड स्वीप
वो,
सर.
हाँ,
वाइड स्वीप. वाइड स्वीप.
ये वाला,
यस सर.
ओके। सो ये सिलेक्ट करो। अगर मुझे वाइड स्वीप यहाँ से पूरा पेरीफेरी पे लाना है, सो मैं क्या करूंगा, पिक पाथ करूंगा, वो पाथ दे दूंगा यहाँ से तीनों का, ठीक है? ये मेरा हो गया पाथ। अभी मुझे कंप्लीट करना है ये, ठीक है? सो सपोज अभी यहाँ पे देना है मुझे इधर किधर तो भी। सो अभी मुझे यहाँ पे जाना है और एडिट प्रोफाइल बोलना है यहाँ पे, ठीक है? फिर ये सपोज मेरा ट्रेंच यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है। सो इसमें क्या करना है, उप्स सॉरी, अगर इसको एडिट प्रोफाइल, सो इसको थोड़ा सा ऊपर लेना है ताकि ये जो स्लैब है जो इसको ओवरलैप हो और ये कट हो सके, ठीक है? तभी ये कट होगा और इसको मैंने क्लोज करना है, ठीक है? सो इसके बाद इसको मैं फिनिश, उसके बाद मुझे कट करना है इसमें से। सो ये कट करना, इस पे क्लिक करना, आपका जो होल स्लैब है वो कट करना, उसमें से जो हमें माइनस करना है उस पे क्लिक करना और फिनिश। ये देखो, हो गया, हो गया।
यहाँ तो कट हो रहा है बट वहाँ वहीं पर स्टक हो जा रहा था सर.
कहाँ पे?
उससे पहले वाला जो प्रोसेस था ना वहीं पर स्टक कर जा रहा था. वहां पर आगे बढ़ ही ना रहा था प्रोसेस.
हाँ, अभी समझ में आएगा।
यस सर, प्रोसेस तो मैं सेम ही फॉलो कर रहा था, बट
हाँ
हुआ नहीं।
ठीक है, एक बार चेक करो, हो जाएगा।
नहीं हुआ तो मैं शेयर स्क्रीन करूंगा सर आपको।
होगा ना, अभी क्यों नहीं होगा? वो आपका जो प्रोफाइल है ना, वो स्लैब के ऊपर लो, इसलिए वो कट नहीं हो रहा है। अभी आपको मैंने सारी स्टेप बाय स्टेप भी बता दिया ना, वैसे ही करो आप। ऐसा कुछ नया नहीं है, आप जो कर रहे हो वो नया नहीं है। तो आपको एक बार अगर प्रोसेस समझ में आ गया ना, तो आप अपने आप भी कर सकते हैं।
यस सर,
आप
आई फॉलो द सेम
नई,
प्रोसेस।
हाँ,
मैं प्रोसेस को से उसी तरह से प्रोसेस किया था, बट वर्क नहीं
फिर आप
किया।
देखो कहाँ पे गलत हो रहा है। अभी मैंने जो प्रोसेस दिखाया ना, वो समझ में आ गया ना,
यस
तो
सर।
देखो वहाँ आपका क्या गलती हो रहा है, हो जाएगा वो, कुछ इतना ये नहीं है। और किसी को कुछ डाउट्स, प्रॉब्लम? नो डाउट्स, नो क्वेरी, नो क्वेश्चन? यस, निखिल जी बोलिए। को कुछ डाउट है निखिल? Okay, so best of luck for your future, and just do the practice. Practice is most important for Revit. So okay, guys. So good night, all.
Great, sir.
Good night. Good night.